habits. Think I need to change my habits. What would you do?
The Super Bowl is over. The season's coming to a close. But before we usher you into the offseason, it's time for another edition of Believe It or Not.
Yeah!
For the first time in history, we saw a rookie quarterback lead his team to the Super Bowl. He ultimately fell short in the big game. But, Schrager, believe it or not, based on everything you've seen, this kid is a legit franchise.
You know, I know that they didn't win the Super Bowl, but the fact that they even got there speaks volumes about what he brings to a franchise, speaks volumes about his leadership. And look, that's a guy that I want on my team, being the face of the team for the next 10 years.
Nate, believe it or not, franchise guy?
Look, at the beginning of the year, nobody thought these guys would be Super Bowl contenders. Oh, and this dude, yeah, he was a difference maker. So yeah, I believe.
Nate, you know I want to disagree with you badly. I can't. I was reluctant to hop on the bandwagon. I'm not a bandwagon guy.
Yep.
After what he just did, what can I do? I'm on, and I cannot wait for year 2.
Entering franchise hub screen, things to do. Docs, advanced week. Things to do, you have 2 options. Next. Things to do, you have 2 options. Next week is selected. Things to do, you have 2 options. Next week is selected. Things to do, you have 2 options. Next week is selected. Team my player is select my goal. Edit player. League. Team my player is my goal. Edit player. Entering edit player. Last name. Appearance, you have 4. Head, you have 38 options. Visor option, face marks option is set. Back, arm sleeve style option is set. Left arm sleeve option is set to none. Left arm sleeve, right arm sleeve option is set to half sleeve white. Right arm sleeve option is set to half sleeve black. Left arm sleeve option is set to half sleeve black. Hand warm. Right. Shoes option is set to Air Jordan Retro. Entering done editing pop-up would you entering franchise hub screen things to do next you have 3 and sim ahead.
Welcome to Draft Week. All the effort you spend scouting comes down to this. Start the draft whenever you're ready.
Kick off the 2020 NFL Draft and see if you can land the next superstar. You have 2 options. Start drafting is selected. AHD selected. You have 5 options. 1 is selected.
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
You have 5 options is selected. You have 5 you have 5 you have 5 you have 5 options. You have 5 options.
Are now
3
on
is
the
selected. You have 5 options. W are selected. You have 5 options is selected. You have 5 options. You have 5
The Bengals are now on the clock.
is selected. You have 5 options. You have 5 options for is you be selected. You have 5 options
are now on
is
the
selected.
clock.
You have You have five. You have five. You have five options. 7 is selected.
The Packers are now on the clock.
W are selected. You have 5 options. You have 5 options. Is select. You have 5. You have 5 options. Is select. You have 5. You have 5 options. Is selected.
The Broncos are now on the clock.
You have 5 options. You have 5. You have 5 options. 7 is selected. FB HB selected. You have 5 options.
The Redskins
1
are
is
now
selected.
on the clock.
You have 5. You have 5 you have 5. You have 5 options. You have 5 options. Is selected. You have 5
The
options.
Jaguars are
Is
now on the
selected.
clock.
You have 5. You have 5 options. Is selected. C select. LG selected. You have 5 options. You have 5
The
options.
Jets are
is
now on the
selected.
clock.
Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single
You have 5 options. Is selected. C selected.
20 of us, that's
You have 5 options. You have 5 options. 2 is selected. RG selected.
The Buccaneers are now on the clock.
all on the line. What you gonna do? Come on. I'm highly favored. Don't wanna blame me.
You have 5 options. 6 is selected.
It's for the taking. No
RT
hesitation.
selected.
Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left.
The Falcons are now on the clock.
You have 5 options. 7 is. You have 5 options. Is selected. Selected. You have 5. You have 5 options. 2 is selected. You have 5
The Chargers
options.
are now
2
on
is
the clock.
selected. Gray selected. You have 5 options. 5 is selected. You have 5 options. 5 is selected. Low selected.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
You have 5. You have 5. You have 5 options. MLB selected. You have 5 options. You have 5.
The
You have
Lions
5
are now on the
options.
clock.
5 is selected. You have 5 options. Is selected. Hold selected. You have 5 options. 2 is selected. You have 5 options.
The
1 is
Bills
selected.
are now on the clock.
You have 5 options. CB selected. You have 5 options. You have 5
The
options.
Giants
Is
are
selected.
now on the clock.
You have 5 options. Is selected. You have 5 options. Is selected. You have 5 options. 6
The
is
Chiefs
selected.
are now on the clock.
You have 5 FS selected. You have 5 options. Is selected. You have 5 options. Is selected. You have 5 options. You have 5 options.
The Rams are
5
now
is
on the
selected.
clock.
SS selected. You have 5 options. You have 5 options. You have 5. You have 5 options. You have 5 options. 7 is selected. Entering franchise. Skip ahead in the draft.
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
Scouted selected. Draft board selected. You have 5 options. Is selected. You have 5 options. 7 is selected. Entering pause. Skip ahead. Things. Advance to end of draft.
Say this one for your photo reel. Blessing after testing, I'ma show 'em skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Score is treacherous, I effortlessly show 'em skills. Yeah. I do it for the family, I might just throw my wheel. I keep it so for real. Who feeling that glow in here? I'm giving it soldier chills. My jury cold.
Draft recap. Your 2020 rookies have signed contracts for the season. You entering draft recap. Name M Holmes. Name J Best. Name J Thompson. Name L York. Name L Hope. Name L York. Name L Hope. Name J Best. Name M Home. Name M Chamberlain. Name C Hyde. Name M Sutton. Entering franchise hub screen things. Draft. Advance week. Team my player. My goal. Edit player. Entering warning pop-up. Are you sure you want to quit? No.